This is it. This is a very, very special guitar to me and to a lot of people. This is my 1998 Paul Reed Smith Custom 22 Stoptail, and this is my most toured with and most played guitar. This is the Story of the Year guitar for me. This is the one that played that riff, and you know the riff I'm talking about. This was my main guitar for the 15 years that I was with Story of the Year before they let me go in 2018. Every single show that I was playing guitar, I used this as my main guitar. Now, you ask, why did he choose that color? Well, I actually did not choose the color. The story goes, I sold my truck to get my first Paul Reed Smith. It's a green one named Sal. I'll show that on another episode. But I had no other guitars. And then my dream was to play PRS, for good, especially with that band. And I convinced the other guitar player to play him if I could get some sort of endorsement deal. And I reached out to PRS and I was like, yo, we got this great record. We've been touring on it for like 6 months. It hasn't come out yet. It's coming out in September. This was early 2003. And they said, okay, yeah, maybe we'll send you each a guitar and just see what happens. At a hotel in New York, somebody knocks on the door and says, hey man, there's a delivery downstairs. And I come out of the bathroom and I remember opening up the case. And there was a blue one for Ryan, and this one was in there for me. Its name is Lemangelo, or Lemangelo. And the name has not changed. It was named that day. It's one of the few absolute survivors of probably no less than 5,000 throws. We used to throw these across the stage. Our techs, Biff, Phil Gutteri, Timmy, Dan Trost, Matt, a couple other folks have all been responsible for catching this thing, probably no less than 5,000 times. And it's survived. It's missing a piece here, missing a little chunk out of the headstock, as you can see. And it's pretty beat. I hope you can see some of the details here. Let me show you just some of the damage that's been done to this guitar. But these are just battle scars, dudes. These are just stories. You know what I mean? Like on all these little dings. I got the DiMarzio clip locks. I use this for pretty much every single one of my guitars, as you can see, and they do damage to your finish and all that if you're touring for years and years and years. But that's just the nature of the beast. I used to write little notes to myself down here with Sharpie. I don't know if you can see that. There's something written here. I have no idea what it is. But there's so much history in this guitar. A little bit of damage here, but I mean, all in all, this guitar survived, like I said, a few thousand shows with it being thrown across the stage once or twice a show. The backflip stuff, and then also, on average, I'd say 3 to 7 guitar spins a show. So you multiply that by a few thousand. And this thing is a warrior, dude. Okay, so it has the original stop tail on it. These are the original pickups, the PRS humbucker here that came in the 98 Custom 22s. I'm going to say that these are different tuners because I don't think it had the locking tuners, and I don't know when these got put on, but I can tell that they're a little bit newer just because, and I don't mean newer like last year. I mean newer like 10 years ago because they still have the gold on them. Because if you could tell, this all had gold hardware. These have got to be new too. They look too nice. But this thing, these are gold, or are supposed to be gold, but you can see like that is totally worn off, totally gone. It probably needs some love. Yo, it's got some really gnarly gunk and dirt up in here. I mean, it needs to be cleaned up, but I haven't played it. I haven't plugged it in since the last Story of the Year show that I played with this guitar, to be honest, because it's just so very special and connected to that band and to the history that we had, the history that we made, especially with the Page Avenue stuff, that I would not allow myself to play it with any other band in any other scenario, really. I don't think so. But this one is so very precious to me, and this is one of the big ones. It took me around the planet. And it survived, man. It survived. Now, I probably had 3 or 4 guitars get destroyed or, totaled where I don't have them anymore because they were gone and just needed to be sent back. But those all didn't come close to living up to how long this thing has lived. I hope you can see some of that stuff back there. That's character, baby. What am I showing you? I'm showing you character. Scars and characters. I never played a show without this one. I think that's something pretty special. And to have one that has been to every single show since the day that I got it, and still be able to just pick it up, not change the strings on it for years, pull it out, plug it in, and put it on YouTube, that's pretty special. That's pretty special. This is pretty special. And even just holding this and playing it, even though it's dirty and grimy and I didn't clean it up to make it look nice for the video, it brings back some pretty special memories, man. This is the feels or whatever. Pretty cool. I mean, look at this thing, dude. This is it. Trying to think. I don't think I used this in any videos. You know why? Because, there's so many pictures and videos of it from all the live stuff, and we did the live DVDs and all that every time a video shoot came around, I was like, I'll just use something a little nicer or a little newer or a little brighter as far as the colors go, just depending on kind of what the vibe of the video was. And I don't think this one ever got on MTV, bro. Our first real professional awesome guitar tech is a guy named Phil Guattari, Biff. And he had the pleasure of having to label our guitars and our cases and our wirelesses and our gear and all that kind of stuff. And on all of my stuff, those guys wrote FOJ, or they called me Friend of Jesus. So FOJ was written on everything. So a lot of times crew members or crew members from different venues or whatever would call this FOJ because the tape that was on everything said FOJ. So Friend of Jesus, and that marked that it was stage left, my gear, this guy. So this is Lamangelo, a.k.a. FOJ, Friend of Jesus. Whew. That's a big chunk. That's a big chunk missing. Not going to get that back. Look at the pitting and the pickups. Look at that. Woo! She's seen some days. Man, is it in need of some love. And it deserves it. It loved me so good. It was there for me. This chunk of wood took me around the planet. 1998. Paul Reed Smith, Custom 22 Stop Tail. This is my baby, Lamangelo. Lemon Jello. I love you, bud. You've been good to me. I'm going to get you cleaned up. I'm going to get you a bath. Maybe someday I'll play this thing again. Maybe someday we'll get to reunite there on stage and me and Lamangelo jam out and play. I could probably start by cleaning it up, though. Changing the strings, maybe. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's a lot of fun sharing all this stuff, the story behind the gear. If you liked it and want to support the channel, subscribe, like, comment, play along, have some fun. Ask me about my guitars. And if you're ever interested in getting some gear yourself, I have some affiliate links down in the description. For Sweetwater, this is where I buy most of my stuff, from clip blocks to cables to my newest guitar. Mixer boards, pedals, all sorts of stuff. It's where I get it. It's where everybody gets it. And it's not just about the gear there. It really is about the customer service. So subscribe, like, comment, play along, have some fun, and check out those affiliate links on Sweetwater. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you for the next story of the gear. But until then, be safe and energy up!